Hi, good evening, all, and welcome today again to All India Runners Motivation. And very privileged to have today's guest who was always into fitness, but the tiger inside of him for running came out a little later, in the later part of his life. And he has, after the tiger came out, he has been running really well, and he has actually won lot of races. He has really good times in 10 kilometers, half marathon, and full marathon. He has also done Comrades, and he has done excellently well in Comrades with a sub 9 hour time. He has ran all over the world, including a famous race, which is the marathon at the Great Wall of China, where he was one of the top 25 finishers. And currently, he is also not only running but also helping others to run. He is also the coach for the A6 Running Club in Chennai. Let's all welcome Idris Mohammed to the stream. Hi.
Hi, Rajesh. Good evening.
Welcome again. Nice seeing you here.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Okay. So
Happy to be part of the program.
that's nice. Thank you. I was telling that everyone that the tiger inside you for running came out a little late. So let me start by the
Absolutely.
first question. What made the tiger of running come out?
Because after my marriage, I put on a lot of weight, so the tiger has to come out. Otherwise, I will be losing my fitness.
Okay.
So it's a natural process. It's not like I love run. I mean, when I started running, I thought how people can run, how they enjoy run. That was my point. Like, you have to half
Okay.
of. I don't know how people are running, and I really I mean, I never thought I'm going to be a runner one day. I started
Okay.
jog just because to lose weight, but doesn't mean
Okay.
that I wasn't fit. I was a fit from childhood till I get married. Only think the
Okay.
priorities changed after the marriage, 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how I started running about 4 years after marriage, just to lose
Okay.
weight.
So you said you put on weight. How much? You look like a very thin guy. So in normal
Yeah.
terms, how many kilograms did you put on?
Actually, I am genetically gifted. My parents, my father is thin, so I have to thank my parents. And so I never put on weight. I was around 65 after the
Okay.
marriage. Till the marriage, after the marriage, 4 years I moved to Middle East, Bahrain. I was living with my
Yeah.
family, the children. Then I put on around 15 kilos. The maximum I went was around 77, 78. For normal
Okay.
standard, 78 is not that high. For me, moving from 60 to 78, 18 kilos made a big difference.
Okay. Okay. So that's what bought the tiger out.
Yeah, yeah, because I never had a belly, and when I was seeing my all, I have to change my pants every now and then. I thought I have to do something, and when I saw, I happened to see my old photos. I thought I shocked. I said I shouldn't be
Okay.
doing it. Then I thought
Okay.
I have to start somewhere. Somehow I
Okay.
started. Thank I have started.
So before running, you said you were into fitness. What were the things you were doing for fitness before running?
From fitness means I do like the basic thing is strength training, and I
Okay.
do a lot of acrobatics.
Okay.
Strength from my childhood. I like. I don't know. It's part of me. It's nothing like somebody said or something. Even my none of my brothers are like me. Only myself.
Okay.
It's in my blood, I think so, because I cannot live without fitness. Even when I was out of shape, I was doing something to keep myself fit.
Okay.
Running is not is only part of my fitness schedule. It's not everything.
Okay.
I was into swimming. I was into cycling. I was into yoga. I went to acrobatics. I do karate. I do tennis. I do a lot of sports, badminton. I keep myself. There is no option that I do. Uh,
Okay, that's
since
nice.
running become nice, so I started.
That's very good. Nice to hear that. Karate can also help in trail running, right? In case you're attacked by something.
Absolutely, yeah. Because when I'm a child, my father never pay me to go learn karate. So I just
Okay.
go hide some place, watch the people doing karate classes. I just go there,
O-
watch, and come home and I do all those steps. And I watch
Okay.
movies, come home and I do all those steps. That's how I learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So when I was reading your bio, the love for running actually came during your time in Bahrain. Can you just tell the viewers
Yeah.
about how did this love start, and how did Bahrain help you as a runner?
Yeah, Bahrain, though my work schedule is very hectic, I usually work in the evening, morning, few hours, then throughout the night I work. Go 8 o'clock in the night, come back 3 o'clock. So a lot of schedule. So I have some spare time in the evening, 4 to 6 or 4 to 8. So there is a club called Bahrain Road Runners Club. That's the
Okay.
only club for running. I that helped me a lot because I never knew there is a club for running. When I started, and they have weekend races. Every weekend there is a 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer races. I usually go and run with them, and that built a big base, and I learned a lot from the runners around me. Um,
Okay.
so that's how it happened. Yeah,
Okay. So you used to
because
go on.
without motivation or something,
Yeah, you're saying?
yeah, without the club, I wouldn't be here. I mean, they helped me a lot.
Okay. So how did you first start? How was your experience when you joined the club?
Because I never know there is a bar and road runners club. First, when I came
Okay.
to know, I started running. Uh, I was trying to get back in shape in 2000, year 2000. I started a
Okay.
walk jog program. Then 2001, I saw in the sports column there is a 5 kilometer run organized by bar and road runners.
Okay.
In that is a Olympic event. I thought 5 kilometer, why not give it a try? Because I usually go for a walk 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. Maximum I done was 2 kilometer.
Okay.
So I thought I'll go out and run. So that's how I came to know there is a club called Bar and Road Runners.
Okay. Wonderful. That's
Then
so.
they give it leave.
So was there a training program which you enrolled in, or was it like just go to the weekend and run?
There is no training program at all. I just go out. I go there when there is a event. I just go out and run. I don't do warm up. I don't do cool down stretches. I just when they say start go, I run. I come back. So even I never wear watches, stopwatch. I didn't even have watch. Once I finish, they say this is the time. Oh, okay. I'll come back. After running about after 1.5 years, I somebody said you have to wear a watch, stopwatch. Then only you know what time you are doing. So then only
Okay.
after 1 year only I bought a stopwatch.
Okay. So which was the first running watch you bought?
I don't know. I now only it's all high tech everything. When I running
Okay.
started in 2001, all I want to run, get good time. Nothing about the timing. I just want to go out. I see somebody. I want to beat that guy. That is my motivation because
Okay.
there are lots of runners. Every day I go out. I beat that runner. I want to beat another runner. That's how I went. I never looked at my timing. This is what motivates. Timing is very personal, but people around me motivated me a lot. So I never concentrate on timing. I concentrate on the people, those who are better than me, and I just
Okay.
kept moving forward. Forward. Yeah.
So
And the
after
watch I bought
running,
was there is no name.
okay. Okay.
There is no
So
branded watch. It's just a stopwatch. I think it's a
okay.
Casio or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Middle East, it has to be Casio, right?
Yeah, it has to be Casio. Yeah. I think like that. Yeah. And
Good.
because
So,
I had only one shoe,
yeah, yeah. So
and
you
I
had only
run
one
all the
shoe
distance till like, yeah, nothing like
till
that.
the
I
shoe
just
broke off.
train, I do races, broke out. So then I buy another pair. So I
So
never
after
shut.
running,
Now only all the high tech things
no, now
I
you are
start. Yeah.
associated with the you now you are associated with the brand. So definitely,
Brand.
so you are associated with ASICS. So you have got a brand behind you, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the truth is, when the people, those who are passionate, these brands helps a lot. When
Okay.
because time changes. I'm talking about 2 decades back, 2000. Now it's 2020. So you cannot do what I did. That time there wasn't that much people. Never 2001 running is nothing in India. There's no
Okay.
scene about. There is no races happening because I started running 2001. So because here procurement all come late only. So when the
So
time changes, we have to adopt.
that's nice. So after running, which was your first win in Bahrain?
Winning was happened quite quick for me because 2001 I ran 5K, 2002 I ran a half marathon with no training at all. Just because my manager, sales manager said, I said I want to run a half marathon. There is a weekend. I saw a ad next weekend it's happening. I said, what is the distance half marathon? What is it? He said 21 kilometers. 20. What is the maximum distance you ran? He asked me. I said I ran 7 kilometers. So you're
Okay.
never going to. You will die halfway through. You're never going to make it. He's a British guy,
Okay.
and I
Okay.
said I will do it. Ian, his name is Ian Bricklebank. I said I will do it next weekend. Wait and see. That was that Friday. I went and ran 10 kilometers. That is the only run I ran. 10 kilometers. It took me around 1 hour 10 minutes, and I
Okay.
didn't do any running the whole week. Next week, Friday, I went, registered, spot, I ran and finished in 1 hour 43 minutes. Then only
Okay.
I know I can run. So then only I joined Bahrain Rollers Club seriously, and I
Okay.
started running every weekend races. And I started winning in 2002. I joined 2003. 2003 I started winning. 2004, 2003 I ran the marathon in 3 hour 30 minutes. 2005 I ran in 3 hour 10 minutes. 2006 I won the Bahrain marathon in 2003.
Okay.
3 hour 4 minutes. Yeah.
Wonderful. So during the course of time when you are running and towards your winning, you would have learned a lot of lessons, personally, which you actually would have implemented and before winning. So what were the mistakes you did as a runner, and how did you correct those mistakes which helped you in winning the races?
The mistake I did was I never do any warm up or cool down stretches, and I never listen to any schedule or no training schedule, nothing. I just go do some run in between. I don't do speed work. I don't do intervals or something like that. I do steady running 2 to 3 times a week. Only twice a week I run, and I go and run the race. I do extremely well on the races because I cannot run so fast in my training. If my maximum speed I could run is 5 minutes per kilometer. On the race, I happen to run in 4 minutes. It surprised me. I mean, because I cannot imagine how fast I am running in the races. It just came to me automatically. Once the race is happened, it's just because I taken things for granted. I didn't do the proper warm up, cool down stretches. I developed plantar fasciitis,
Okay.
and I didn't know what is the plantar fasciitis, what is the cause. I was running with the for about a year and a half. After 1 year only, I came to know this is called plantar fasciitis, and you have to do the calf stretching. You have to do, icing. There are so many things. I was an ignorant. I went go hard, running on the races without any warm up or cool down stretches or any training schedule like tempo
Okay.
or
Okay.
interval or drills, which I haven't done anything. But I was started winning all those races. But with a proper technique, I could have done much better.
Okay. So when did you start implementing these techniques?
And because I had a friend, it's called Barry Shackleton. He's a veteran runner, and he only said, "Come train with me one day." Then only he about about 3 to 4 years back, after winning races, he said, "This is called interval running. You have to come and run with me 400 meters, 500 meters, 1 kilometer. Stop, then run." So he introduced me after 5 years is intervals. Then I said, oh, 2000, when almost 2000, after 5 years, I started running interval sessions. And
Okay.
so basically, he helped me a lot to running. This is how it works. And I started doing some techniques in my drills. A lot of drill, I started doing drills. So my form also started improving.
Okay. So he was your first coach, I would say.
Yeah, you can say like that. Yeah, Ben Shackleton. He's a coach. He trained with me. I do. I haven't trained with him a lot. Only I trained with him 3 to 4 times, but it helps. Uh, he made a difference in my running.
Okay. So during the course of running, have you had any serious training or serious coaching? Did you, uh, um, get any coach
No,
for
no.
yourself?
So far, I never take. I never had a coach. I never taken running seriously at all.
Okay.
Because running is for me, uh, it's a progress for me. I like running, I love running, but I am not crazy. I mean, I train only 3 times a week, even if it is weekend race every week. Even if I'm running now, I don't, because I think running is a sport which you have to be very, very careful of. You cannot put too much effort on running. Running is very demanding on so many ankle, joint, ligament, tendons. So you want to be totally fit. You have to think of so many things. Running is just for cardiovascular fitness, and cardiovascular fitness is not everything. You have to have flexibility, elegance, agility, coordination, strength. Basically, when you're getting old, this is helps a lot because you are cardiovascularly fit. You are not flexible, and you are not coordination is not there. You don't have agility. You drop, you fall. So it's just a part running. You cannot take running as everything.
So how did you graduate from this, 10Ks to half K to a marathon? And even
Yeah,
you went on to ultra marathons.
yeah, because when you start running, that's what happens to runners because they go fanatic. They said they want to do from 10K to half to full. Now only I come to my mind this how not how to go about it because you have to draw a line. So as a runner, new runner, what I want to do is the more is better. So I started running, winning marathon. Then I started why can't I run ultra? The first ultra I thought of running in Bangalore, 2012, 100 kilometer ultra. So I thought I will try. I was living in Bahrain. I traveled to Bangalore. I did ultra and come back.
Okay.
So I never ran more than 42 kilometers, any distance. That was the maximum distance I ran. So I did some sort of a run, back-to-back long run. Like one day I do 21 kilometer, next day I do another 21 kilometer, something like that. I don't do more than 30 kilometer running. So I do back-to-back 21, 21. That I did a couple of times. Then I went and ran 2012 ultra because I want to know how does it feel, whether I can able to do 100 kilometer. I did it. I came first runner up, finished in 11 hours. Again, I was not paid any importance on nutrition. So I got so much cramp. I didn't take water. I didn't take hydration. I didn't take proper food. So then only how important it is for the ultra, how often you should take a walk break, how often you should take the hydration. These are more important in ultra. Running is only small part. The hydration and the break take it make it or break your race.
So if you want to tell the viewers on ultra marathons, especially, what are the things they should be careful of and about the training, the breaks, and nutrition.
Yeah, training we cannot fool around ultra. Ultra, if people take some people take it easy because they just walk. jog, walk, jog. They want to complete, especially those who are veterans, those who doesn't have a speed, they have a good stamina. They just want to go ultra because they have enough time, cut off time. So they say 50K, 75K because they jog, walk, jog, walk. But if you are really serious about ultra and you want to do particular timing, then you have to do a proper training. You have to have a lot of base built in your base. As I said, you have to have a back-to-back. If you're doing training for a 100 kilometer, you should do 30 kilometer one day. Next day you should do 25 kilometer. Sometimes you do 25 kilometer one day, next day you do 30 kilometer. Back-to-back long run should, teaches you how to run on tired legs.
Okay.
That's very important. The long run doesn't going to help. Instead of doing back-to-back long run, uh, teaches you to run on tired legs. And the nutrition wise,
Okay.
even when you're running ultra, you have to make sure that you take walk breaks. How often is because walk breaks makes helps a lot because it's a part of a training. So you shouldn't be running like 21K pace, 21K non-stop. 10 5K, take a walk break, run, walk break, run, walk break. That's how you train. But when the race comes, it all comes together and you run nicely. So the training wise, how often you can take walk break, it helps a lot.
Okay.
And take the proper nutrition. I use fast enough nowadays, and it's up to you which one. Make sure that you have salt, enough salt, because that's what it happened to me on my first ultra. Sodium, absolutely. So too much cramp.
Okay.
After the race, I couldn't even get up. Cramped everywhere.
Okay.
You have to be very careful. Yeah.
That could have been dangerous also.
Absolutely, absolutely. Heat, because you have to see the terrain. If you're running on a heat, you should be permit to that kind of long hours because it's 10 hours, 11 hours you're running. You get dehydrated, and you should. It's social media wise fine. You run an ultra, but you should be careful because everybody is unique. Somebody is running ultra means it doesn't mean that you should be running ultra because their body can adopt that kind of pounding and that kind of stress, and it doesn't mean
Okay.
it, because they build a base such a way. So without their knowing history, you just go out and run. Oh, he has done it. I am doing it. It doesn't going to work. See,
Okay.
everyone is unique. So what works for somebody doesn't need necessarily that going to work for somebody else.
Okay. So I mean, after doing the ultra, you challenged yourself to do a triathlon. How did
Yeah.
how did that come about?
Because in the Bahrain road runners, they always have not only they have a running club, it's a triathlon club as well.
Okay.
So I started first biathlon because because in my school days I go out and swim in the river and pond. That's I know swimming, but I don't know the technique. So I
Okay.
went. I learned some technique through YouTube only. I went then proper on the swimming pool. I learned. Then I went for biathlon. On my first race only, I won. I came first runner up because though I was a slow swimmer, I made up on running.
Okay.
Then I started cycling was my weak spot in triathlon because I had a 2 3 accidents, so I don't train much on bike cycling. Um, but somehow 2010 I thought I want to do an Ironman because the maximum distance I done before prior to Ironman was only Olympic distance. I even never did even a half Ironman distance. Uh, Only 10 days before my race, I got my tri bike and
Okay.
I tried that bike only. I rode on the bike only twice. That is
Okay.
50 kilometer each, and
Okay.
I don't know how to change the front rear ring. I said, why should you change the front? Only back. So I never bothered, and I went Malaysia. It was too steep. I have to change to the front gear. I thought I was struggling. Somehow I managed to found the gear and I completed the cycling. it is crazy. I mean, what I have done my running and cycling and triathlon without any preparation, without anything. I just want to do it. That's how I did ultra. That's how I did Ironman. Now I know how to do it. If I am to do it, I have to prepare well. I will execute well.
Okay. So, I mean, open water swimming was, a lot of people, they are scared of it and they train hard for it. How was your open water swimming? How did you fare?
I am also too scared. I, I am very scared about open water. I just swim only short distance on the sea. I just go
Okay.
somewhere and I come back. I train only on the swimming pool because when I was alone, I don't want to go deep on the sea. But once the race started, when the people go, I go with them on the sea.
Okay.
Only now the waves, when the high wave comes, how you tuck in to the wave, that's a technique. Because otherwise the waves will take you behind. So when the waves
Okay.
comes in, how you dive into the wave and avoid the wave and you go back, how to do the, when to do the breaststroke, when to do the freestyle, how to do, follow the swimmer, you know. Uh, this helps because I only the races I used to swim on the open water. I used only the
Okay.
races to train open water swimming. Otherwise, I train only in swimming.
Okay. So, I mean, how did you train for the open water? Did you train in Bahrain for that?
Yeah, yeah, in Bahrain, yeah, they have a sea. Some of the seas are very calm and quiet. It's nothing, no, not much wave like in Marina Beach. So I was
Okay.
lucky to train. Only thing is, I'm scared because I think something will bite me. That is, they have a lot of jellyfishes there.
Okay.
So very seldom I swim on open water. Honestly,
Okay. Okay.
mostly I use swimming pool. Here also I'm using a lot of swimming pool. No, no. I love
That's
to swim on
nice.
the open water. So far, I didn't have. If there is a group, it's nice. I don't recommend people go on their own on swimming on open water.
Okay. Okay. I mean, so how did you fare? How was the race for you in the triathlon which you took part?
Yeah, it's also I was very lucky because when they say go to the swimming, when the swim leg started, you had to go through an arch. That there
Okay.
only your timing chip get activated. I didn't go through the arch. I just went to the sea and dropped in. Then there is a final call. I'm sure everybody has gone through the arch, activated the chip. Otherwise, you will be disqualified. Then about 5 minutes, 2 minutes before the whistle started, I swam back, came through the arch. That is about 200, 500 meter back. There is a
Okay.
then like otherwise that was a waste of time for me. Like no, I never would have done it. So then
Okay.
I swam. I swam very well. Cycling was also went well because I was not a cyclist. So I spent all my energy on my cycling.
Okay.
So when I finished cycling in around 5 hours, something 6 hours I took me for 180 kilometers and swimming around 1 hour. The best part was running, which I wanted to do in 3 hours. It took me 5 hours just because I gave everything
Okay.
in my cycling because that's my weak link.
Okay.
So that's why now I'm preparing for an Ironman in Australia. This half month. Now I'm putting so much time on my bike. Unfortunately, it got cancelled. It's scheduled for
Okay.
next year. So
Okay.
Melbourne, my sister lives in Melbourne, so I feel I can be a good triathlete just because I'm a good swimmer and only weak link is cycling. So
Okay.
improving that, so I can make it up on
Improving.
running. Yeah,
Running is any time, right? You can make it up.
running. Yeah, I can. Yeah, make up the time on running. But cycling is the biggest distance, like 180 kilometer. If you lose the timing, you're never going to make in running. So only cyclists runner they get a better timing in
Okay.
Ironman. Runners never going to make good time in Ironman.
So I was one of the races you participated was a Comrades ultra marathon, the 89 kilometers, and you also
Yeah,
managed to do a sub 9 hour, which is a great achievement. How
Yeah.
did you train for that, and what was your strategy for that race?
Yeah, there was a friend of mine when I was in Bahrain. He's a South African. He said, why can't you try, since you have done an 100 kilometer ultra, why can't you try Comrades? I never know Comrades. Then he said you should be qualified. You have to do a marathon for qualification. Then you do an ultra Comrades. Because training in Bahrain is very difficult just because there is no hill. There's no hills at all. Only there is a
Yeah,
small flyover. I have to go up and down the flyover. So in Comrades, there is a long downhill,
yeah.
about 1 2 kilometer stretch. I never had a chance to run downhill at all. I was
Okay,
running only uphill, and I was using my treadmill for climbing upstairs, uphill running. So I was not confident about because I was running a down run on the Comrades. So when the race comes in, halfway through I cracked.
okay,
Then luckily there is a sub 9 hour bus. It was crossing me. I just caught up with them. I was. They had a very nice way of running. They run for about 15 minutes. They take a walk break. They run for 15 minutes. They take a walk break. It was so good. So I stuck to that schedule. I went on the last downhill. I got crashed because I couldn't take the pounding because I have never done downhill. So the bus went. So I have to struggle all the way downhill. And when I saw, I said, there is only 4 minutes left. I, I gave everything I got. I just finished just 2 minutes before, like 8 hour, 58 minutes, something like that.
wonderful.
So that's a great
So
experience.
how was that group? Were they encouraging you to push?
Oh, they were so much fun. There is the leader, and they were chanting because most of them were South Africans. They were singing. They were not look like running sub 9 hours. They were having so much fun. I was the one struggling. Everyone
Okay,
was singing, dancing. They were running. So they're making big slogans, chanting. Wow. They were singing. Oh, beautiful atmosphere. It's like a carnival running a sub 9 hours. I thought, how can these people? They took me along. It's nice to be with them. Otherwise, I never would have made sub 9 hours.
okay, fine. So, I mean, how fast did they finish before you?
They just finished about minute or two
Okay,
ahead of me.
fine.
I caught up with them. I caught up with them.
Okay,
That's,
that's nice.
I can see them. They finishing the line. I just went and finished. They also
Okay,
sub
okay.
9 hours. Yeah, they did it in 8:56, 8:57, something like that. I did 8:58.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful. That's
yeah.
nice. So, you also ran a unique race, which is in the world, which is
Hmm.
the marathon in the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
And not many people in India has done it actually. So, can you just tell us, what is this race? Because what I heard was it's a difficult race, unlike other normal road races. How difficult it is, and what is unique about this race?
Yeah, running on a Great Wall, one of the wonders, is always unique. And they class Great Wall of China is one of the toughest marathon in the world because you have to climb thousands of stairs, and none of them were unique. One is small, one is big, one is small, one is big. So you don't get into a rhythm like stairs. So you have to be very careful. And some of the things there is no stairs. You have to go through a small 1 foot way, and that also you have to catch the rope and you run, go
Okay.
faster. If you are dropped down like that. Something technical also. So I tried it. When I saw this, I should be doing it. Great Wall of China. Then I thought, how should I train? Then I bought a 10 kilo vest, weighted vest, and my friend had he owned a story building, 23-story building, and it was under construction. He said you could go and train there. It has a 23-story and 5-story car park around. So I go with a 10 kilo vested pack. I go up and down 5 times, 23 stories. Then I run on the car park, like go 5 floors and come back. That's how I trained for the this one, Great Wall of China.
Okay. And you were the top 25 finishers at that time.
Yeah, it's really surprised me, and again it was tough when I coming back to the on the comeback. It was grueling because people are down on their knees, crawling on the stairs. I also done it because I couldn't run on climb some of the stairs when you are coming back around 36 kilometers. I was just crawling, putting one stairs to other, but once that stairs is over and then the road, I started running fast, and it's all come back to me because of all those training I have done. It helped me. So when I saw the result, I was 23rd overall. People run all over the world: Japanese, Chinese, Americans, Italians. To be one among them was a unique experience. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's nice. And what was the time you got for that race? Because it's a unique race, you know.
What is the time I got? Good question. I have to look out something. Great Wall of China. I have to pay for. Honestly, I don't remember. I did
Okay.
yeah, 4 hours something.
4 hours, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So now, I mean, your now the transition has taken place for you, where you are not only an athlete, but you're training others to be an athlete. You know, how
Yeah.
did you do this changeover?
I came to India 2014 after 25 years in Middle East. 2014 when I came in, the scene was very big. Every weekend there is a races. I was loving it because that was my dream. So I started running every week, week after week, just run, run, run. So luckily, people recognized me, and because I was running on a veteran category, I started winning, and within a year, running community knows me. Oh, he's a veteran, he's doing well because I was started winning pro-com events, and I was one among the best veterans, a lot of winning races. So even my wife is happy because not only I was making money as well because every weekend I was running, I was winning cash. She said, "Oh, you can make a living out of it." So when I crossed 50 2 years back, I thought I should give it back something. Why can't I? What I was thinking was like, why can't I open a own fitness club? The
Okay.
idea came was 50. This is for veterans, not only for veterans, those who are middle aged, 30 or 35, they want to be fit at 50, how to go about it, as well as those who are around 50, how they can progress, what all they have to take. So, because I gone through what it takes to be a fit, so it's all practically what I learned from trial and error, and I gained a lot of knowledge through training books, courses. So I think I got what it takes to give it back and help people to lead a fit life. Not necessarily they have to win races. Fitness and health is different. Health is without any sickness is health. Fit is you stand alone with the fitness. You do it everything you do.
Yeah.
That's what counts. So fitness means strength, agility, coordination. I give them all the round package. It's not
Okay.
one particular.
So how? What are the expectations of this new? Because now running has turned into a very good hobby. A lot of hobby runners are there, and a lot of running clubs coming in. So when you get new people joining in, what do they expect from? You know, what are the expectations?
Yeah, because now I am a coach in A6 Running Club. This is everywhere, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore. We have Chennai as well. When the new runners comes in, they want to do. They say, "Ah, I want to do 40 minutes 10K. I want to do sub 3 marathon." This is running is a lifestyle, it's not a protein shake. I mean, you have to go through lots of gradual process. They say they come out. They said, "What is the best shoe?" Okay, well, what is the best watch, and what is the best thing? They buy all the expensive gears, and they want to expect and they want excellent timing because they bought all those expensive gears. They want fast time. It's not going to work. They have to be very realistic, and they have to put up a lot of hard work because it's a injury prone. Running is very injury prone because it's more demanding. Until unless your ligament, tendon, joints are not strong enough to hold you running, you're going to break. The weak link you break. There is so many injuries, running injuries there. Then you go, then 6 weeks of running, then you can go. So on and off track, then soon you will give up running. So you have to take it gradually, process, and with running without injury is the key. And take it easy and enjoy the running. Don't go just because somebody has done sub 3 marathon, sub 40 minutes, sub 10K. Your time will come when you put in your effort. It's going to pay dividends, but sooner or later, you shouldn't be giving up and don't go hard crash diets or to what more than your body can handle. That it asking for trouble. Yeah.
I mean, I love what you said. Running is a lifestyle and not a protein shake, because before people start running, what a lot of them they want to know the best shoes, and they want to buy a watch. Before they even ran 1 kilometer, they want to buy everything new, and they
Everything,
spend
yeah,
so much of money, and
absolutely.
ultimately they spend. They actually take time putting their ASIC shoes for a party rather than run. That's what they do.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Because now I am with nutrition wise. I'm with Fast Now, with Asics with shoes and Garmin with the watch. These all helps a lot. People get motivated because this kind of a style. People in the social media, they have to be recognized. This kind of a thing. It's all, but the thing, end of the day, your hard work. That's what it counts. I mean, so you have to got the priorities right. That's what I should say.
Okay. Strength training, is something which people, I would say that they don't, take care of it. Okay,
Yeah.
and they hate strength training. What advice can you give to runners, to motivate them to do strength training, and how much time should people spend on strength training in a week?
Yeah, sometimes what happens, there are a lot of runners, they doesn't do strength training, they do extremely well with the timing running. So that's why some people they said, why should we do strength training when others are not doing strength? They are doing extremely well in running. But practically speaking, strength training has to be the part of your training schedule. It helps a lot sooner or later, especially later part, because
Okay.
when you're doing strength training, you should focus on your upper body as well as your lower body, especially core, as well as your uh, leg muscle groups.
Okay.
I would recommend at least do thrice a day. Spend almost an hour at least. Do dynamic exercises, uh, not a single muscle group exercise like bicep curls or triceps. Do like squat, lunges, bridge, kettlebell swings.
Okay.
Like you can do bench press, push-ups, crunches. So many exercises which
Okay. Yeah.
activate those groups. Yeah, I highly
Okay.
recommend because I came from the strength training background, so I'm still able to do a lot of running without much training just because my strength background.
And closer to the race, how does the strength training should be?
Closer to the race, you shouldn't be doing a lot of strength training. It's a waste of energy because it should be strength training should be on your base building. When you're building a base prior to the off season, you have to concentrate on strength training. Towards the race, you won't be doing a lot of strength training because it's wasting the necessary energy. You should be doing a lot of drills, plyometric drills, and which develop the running, the speed, agility, and power, quick
Okay.
drills. So I don't recommend doing strength training coming close to the race.
That's nice. You started running quite late in your life, actually. So when you were in your 40s, and
Yeah,
you are like a bundle of energy, and you got a lot of energy running and winning races. Is
yeah.
there any Idris Mohammed secret recipe for this energy?
I mean, there are a lot of secrets. One secret is supportive family. You have to
Okay.
have a wife which supports you. Otherwise, whatever the energy is going to be get wasted because she's
Okay.
going to support you or something. So she has to be very understanding. Then only you can put up an effort on running.
Okay.
Secondly, you have to have a good genetics. That also helps a lot. My parents, they given me the good health. Thirdly, your motivation, your passion about running, not expecting too much, not thinking somebody else winning or losing. You give it to your best. Otherwise, you cannot go out week in, week out and running until unless you enjoy the running. Because I am
Okay.
passionate, I still enjoy whether I win or lose. Winning, it's a cream on the cake. If I lose, still I love running.
Okay. So that is a secret.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And
Okay.
honest, on top of it, you have to do the fundamental. I mean, you have to be very consistent with your training. That's the basic. If it's not, you cannot hold your stamina or speed without training. This is go off like that.
Okay.
So you have to how you train on your off season, pre-season, race season, how often, how long, how hard. It makes lots of difference. Until unless you don't have a tailor-made schedule for you, it's very difficult to sustain for a
Okay.
long life because I am looking around another 10, 20 years. So
Okay. That's nice. How does the training schedule differ for people in their 20s and above 40s? What are the things people should be looking for?
20s means you have metabolism is strong, and there is they won't be spending a lot of time on warm up or cool down stretches. You just go out and run, and they're looking only for speed and power and stamina. But the 40s are you are not as your muscles are not able to recover as fast as what 20s can do it. So the warm up and cool down stretches are must for 40s. Those who doesn't do 20s, they can get away with that. But when you are 40, you have to do the proper warm up, proper cool down stretches, and you have to space yourself well. How many times you run in a week? How hard you try?
Okay.
Because the younger can get away with a lot of hard work. But as 40s, your muscles going to take a beating, and if you're not recovered well, this is going to cause lots of injuries.
Okay. So I mean, if somebody above 40s want to achieve, the nowadays it's a thing of runners, right? So they want to
Yeah, yeah,
achieve a sub 3 hour marathon time. A lot of
yeah.
people push themselves to do it. So, in your honest opinion, how much time does it take for a runner above 40, a base runner? How many years of training or how many months of training would it take for them to achieve a sub 3 hour time? In your honest opinion?
Sub 3 is still elusive to me because my best timing is 3 hour 00 minute, uh, 0.2 seconds. I missed my sub 3 by only 2 seconds.
Okay.
So I haven't done my sub 3 so far.
Okay.
So Yeah, because sub 3 is a benchmark. Once you've done sub 3, you can do able to do again and again because
Okay.
these are mind. Sub 3 is nothing like you could not achieve. At any age, you can able to do it. As I said, you have to have a good mileage base building. And I have seen a lot of people do with low mileage with high intensity training sub 3 marathon. There are a lot of people do high mileage, they cannot be able to do sub 3. So for sub 3, you have to have a good speed on 10K. 10K is the proper. Like you have to build a speed on 10K, then develop the speed slowly to the half marathon. Then do some stamina long runs. When you have a half marathon speed, sub 3 hours, like you can do it in 124, 120. Easily you can able to do sub 3 full marathon with a
Okay.
proper training schedule long runs because I didn't follow the proper schedule. I wasn't too keen on doing sub 3 and when I come here I did only 2 3 full marathons. I did Delhi 3 hour 4 minutes, 3 hour 3 minutes, Bengaluru marathon I did 3 hour 4 minutes. So that's all are very close to the sub 3 hours. But my training, if you see, prior to that, I was running all races only. I was running 10K half marathon. I haven't given any time preparing for a particular race. So if you
Okay.
are running sub 3, you should be training particularly for that race for 3 months. You use as this some of the races as build-up races for sub 3. So if you are keen, don't take any races in between serious races as a build-up, tune-up races you can build up. But take a proper 3 months plan, train mileage with a proper hill training, tempo, threshold, VO to max training. Sub 3 is easy to do.
Okay. And what is the mileage we're looking at?
As I said before, everybody is different. Not necessarily you have to do a high mileage. One week long run is more than enough. Close to the race, if you can able to run 3 hours, is more than enough. One or two, three long runs. Do that's one. As I said before, you have to have the speed. So when you do one long run for 3 hours and you have a good speed for 10K, you can able to do sub 3.
So what should be the 10K speed people should be aiming at?
10K, they should be aiming at sub 40 is least sub 40, 36, 38. Even if they could do 40 minutes and they build up the same pace up to a half marathon, 4 minutes a kilometer, 124 half marathon, then they just build a lot of base building with a lot of long stamina, easy running, high mileage, easy on the green zone because the red zone are reserved only for 5% of your hard run. The rest are easy running. Do a lot of drills, and when you're doing the tempo and threshold, consistent with your time, because you have to do certain timing on certain distance. If there is a 2 mile intervals, 5K repetitions, 400 1 kilometer intervals, you should be doing consistently 10K. 10 interval 1K intervals 10 times means you should be consistent with the recovery timing and as well the split timing. So if you are consistent with everything, you can do it.
Okay. And the VO2 max should be?
That's what I said. VO2 max is a short distance up to 1 kilometer, 800 meter. The threshold run you could do like 5 kilometer running or 10 kilometer running, long run. More than VO2 max threshold is very important, like a 30 minutes run, 40-minute run, because you sustain the pace for long timing with. So you should be running a lot of pace intervals. Like if you are running a sub 3, your pace should be around 415 per kilometer. So lot of run you should do around that pace, 415 pace. And when you're doing a long run also, like you do like a 2 hour run, you just do 1 hour easy run, then 1 hour try to go on the pace, 415 pace, just to get used to that pace as much as often. So when the
Okay.
race comes with the race atmosphere, people going along, so the pace will be easy automatically.
Wonderful. So we're getting close to 1 hour, Idris, and it's the time has passed so fast.
Oh, I see.
And
1 hour. Great.
so you have given so much of good knowledge. So
Yeah.
so what I want to ask you is this, that speed is something which people are looking at, and everybody wants nowadays. Everybody wants faster results.
Yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you give on speed to the runners?
As I said before, speed takes a lot of beating on your joints. So you have to make sure first you build up a big base with the strong muscles, with a lot of strength training, quad, hamstring, glutes, calf muscles. You have to have a strong core. So have a body which you can support your speed without proper support from your body. Going speed is a disaster. When your body can support your speed, then do proper training. Space yourself. Don't go all out on red zone, going above 90 percentage of your maximum heart rate. Uh, be sensible with the speed because you know what you are running and what you can capable of. Don't follow somebody else training schedule because they are running 1 kilometer at 350 pace. You shouldn't be running at 350 pace. See how it works and build up gradually. Speed is a byproduct of your training. When you least expected, you're going to cruise well because body sometimes what it adopts the training schedule. When it is going to adopt, when you're putting a lot of training, it's not going to get benefit because when it adopts and recover, when you go out run, sometimes you'll be surprised, shocked to see the timing just because the body adapted to your training and it recovered well. You given enough time, and when you see after 2 3 days of rest, you just go out and you run splendid just because body is that has the capacity, and you cannot train because you cannot body cannot cope up. So it has to break down, it has to recoup, and it has to recover all the muscles, whatever it has to recover. Then it will give you the benefit. So sensible with the training, see how our body works. You have to know what how all um, um, makes. So sure you're going to speed up.
Any final advice to wannabe runners who want to start winning like you?
Yeah, yeah. Everybody is unique, and it's winning. As I said, take runners as an inspiration. Don't just think that I want to be like him or something, because sometimes it may not work. so so you think, I want to do that timing. When it doesn't work, you may get discouraged and you give up easily. So what I think is, take it every day, 1 day at a time, and what all matters is what you do today, what workout you do today. Tomorrow workout will rest, will wait. So concentrate on today's workout. Give your full effort. Don't think I want to be somewhere. Whatever you can, like today is the interval, give 100% to the interval. Don't think tomorrow or what you have done yesterday. If you have given your effort today, tomorrow can wait. Tomorrow you will do it. So take 1 day at a time, don't get hurried. That's what I did when I started. I never had any expectation. I never thought I'm going to be a runner. I am going to be a triple gold Asian medalist. I won triple gold in Asian Masters Gold. I never imagined that I'm going to win 3 gold in Asian Championship. This all happened just because I never had a big expectations. I just taken. I loved running. I took 1 day at a time what I can able to do. Now also I do all kind of activities. And, if I happen to win, I'm fine. And for me, health is more important. So take care of your health, which is key. Running is the one which going to give you that encouragement goal to look forward to something like that. But don't take as everything like first running. Then
Okay,
that's what, I,
wonderful. So Idris, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and most importantly, getting a lot of advice. And I'm sure people are tuned in would have loved hearing from you.
Thanks, thanks.
So that's all from us in Bangalore.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
uh, do,
Thank you, Rajesh, for calling me and taking this interview. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Do stay in the broadcast studio. I'll just come back to you.
Yeah.
Just stay in the broadcast studio. So thank you very much for all. It's been a wonderful session, a lot of knowledge, and you will get a copy of this. I will also put it in my YouTube, and I also put small clips of it. In Sunday, we have got a couple of other interviews coming up. We got Rahul Jadhav, whose latest book, Gangster on the Run, has been released. We also have a Guinness Book of World Record holder who is a record holder for running 10 marathons in 10 races, 10 days. His name is Adam Tango Holland, all the way from UK. Is also coming in. So, with our thank you very much, and do keep tuning in and sending your love and good wishes to us. Thank you. Bye.